Welcome all of you. Today we shall start the ninth video of that Newton's laws of motion. Before that, we guys will have that a quick recapitulation of that previous video. In that previous video, we had a problem, and that problem was something like it. A mass m1 was resting on that horizontal surface and mass m2 was present on that inclined surface with that ground which was at the angle of theta. Okay, so I have told you what is the way of solving it. Since now we are talking about the massless and frictionless pulley, we are talking, and it is fixed, not moving. So the tension in the same, it is the only one string about which we are talking, so the tension are going to be remain same in that. And of course, student, that accelerations will be same in this, because whatever distance it is going to move, the same distance it will move. Okay, from that we can say that the acceleration is going to be remain same. And after that, what was our task? After that, we will draw the free body diagram, and the first free body diagram, that of block 1 for mass m1, was saying that m1g was acting in that downward direction, force due to the gravity, and due to the contact, normal m1 was acting on that, and it was the forces along the y direction. And when will we talk about the forces in that x direction, only tension was present there, and the block was moving with an acceleration of a in that positive x direction. So of course, when will we apply the Newton's second law? Newton's second law in that y direction, we will look, since there is no acceleration present in that y direction, so the second law will become that first law, and that our normal will come equals to m1g. Okay, so normal will be equals to m1g. And when will we apply the Newton's second law in that x direction, our t was coming equals to m1a. And when were we drawing that free body diagram of mass m2, it was present at an angle of theta. It was inclined, and we have seen that various forces which was acting on this was m2g. Normal will act in the perpendicular direction of that contact surface. Tension T was acting in that upside, and only this much forces was present there, and the block was moving with an acceleration of a. So student, all this tension and normal was along the contact surface or perpendicular to the contact surface. Only that force due to the gravity m2g was not either along the contact surface or perpendicular to the contact surface. So what can we do? We can dissolve this m2g along the contact surface and perpendicular to the contact surface. Okay, so suppose we are fixing our frame of reference like it. This is our y direction, this one is our x direction. So I have told you that we will resolve this along the contact surface and perpendicular to the contact surface. So this is theta. So of course, if this one is theta, students, so of course this will also come out theta. That I have told to you. So when you will resolve this m2g, the base side will be that m2g cos theta, and perpendicular side will be that m2g sin theta. This will be perpendicular here, so we can save theta. Okay, that I have also discussed. So when will we apply the Newton's second law in that y direction? So y direction will tell that n2 will come out equals to m2g cos theta, since no acceleration is present there. So that normal reaction will become what? m2g times the cos theta. And in the same way, when will we apply the Newton's second law in that x direction? So what will we get? That m2g sin theta minus of t, that f external should be equals to what? Mass times of the acceleration of the body, m2a. Okay, and why the acceleration of the both blocks are same, I have discussed that. It is going to travel same distance. When you will differentiate that, you will get velocity is same, and when you will differentiate again velocity, the acceleration will become same. Of course, student, what can we say? This one is our equation number 1, this one is our equation number 2. When we will put this t here, the equation, the expression of that acceleration will come out what m2g sine theta divided by m1 plus m2. And this acceleration you can put in the equation number 1, and tension you will get m1 m2g sine theta upon m1 plus m2 here. Oh, okay, you will write plus here, I'm sorry, plus m1 plus m2. And thereafter I was discussing one thing to you. I was saying this, now if it is going to travel, suppose we are getting a situation problem like it that we have solved, and we were saying that suppose it is going to move x1 distance and it is going to move x2 distance, so these two distances will be same because that length of the string is not going to be changed. So in the other way, how can we say, student, that since the length string is inextensible, it is not elastic, it is massless as well. So that total, if we are saying that L is the total length of the pulley, so to prove that the accelerations will be same, we are not talking about any tension will be same, tension will be same here because we are talking about the massless and frictionless pulley. If the pulley will be massless and frictionless, so tension on the same string at the different ends will be same, otherwise tension will be different at the different ends. If we are talking about a pulley which have the mass and it is no slip is present there, it is holding the string, no, it is not slipping the string. Okay, so for that the tension at the both ends will become different. So of course, student, for that we are not talking about any mass of the pulley right now, so tension will be same, or forget about the tension, we want to know about the acceleration. So for that, what will we do, student? From a fixed point, with the point which will not move, from that point we can make a datum. So it is our datum here, we can say, and from that datum we can say that it is the length here, present length of the string here is that y1, from which that mass m1 is that hand, and this one is distance is our y2, from which that mass m2 is hand. And of course, students, the length of this string we are denoting by the LP. Okay, that length of the string on that pulley, So of course, students, that our total length will be total length of that pulley. I'm sorry, here it will be string, not pulley. String will come here. String. Total length of the string which is constant. So the total length is constant. So that total length will be what? y1 plus y2 and plus LP. This y1 plus LP plus y2. Okay, the summation of all that. And when will we differentiate, student, this now? With respect to the time, we will get that since that L is constant, total length of the string is not going to be changed. So the differentiation of constant thing will become what? Equals to 0, student. And this 0, when will we differentiate this y1? This will give us that velocity v1, velocity with which this mass m1 is moving. Okay, whatever distance it is going to travel, that will be with respect to the time, that will denote the velocity of this block. So v1 and plus dy2 upon dt, the meaning is that we will get velocity of block 2, whatever distance the string is going to travel in with respect to the time, that will denote the velocity of this mass m2. And of course, student, the length here, the length present on this pulley LP, means whatever means if the pulley is rotating as well, where means our y1 and y2 can change, but length on this length of the string on this pulley will be always same. This length is not going to change. Always we will get that LP, whatever length will be present here, that will be same. That is not going to change. So since that our LP is also constant, so this one will become, student, what? Equals to 0. So from here, what will we get? That our v1 should be equals to what? Minus times of the v2. Meaning is that the velocity of the both blocks will be same but opposite in direction. And again, when will we differentiate, student, the velocity with respect to the time, change in velocity or change in time will give us what? Acceleration. And again we will look that a1 will come out minus times of that a2. Meaning is that the acceleration of the blocks will be also same, but in that opposite direction. So acceleration is going to be also remain same, but the acceleration of both blocks will be in that opposite direction but same. Okay, so it was the quick recapitulation of it. I think you can have this thing sort of clear. Next we are moving. So student, we can think in this way. Think which I was telling to you is, suppose this is situation I was saying, suppose it is going to travel x one distance, it will travel the same distance here, and the velocities and acceleration will be same. So we can think in that other way as well, So a pulley is here which is fixed, you are looking, mass m1 is present here, and with the string which is that inextensible mass m2 is present here. So student, it is fixed. So from a fixed point always, we will consider what the datum. So suppose this is a fixed point presenting, it is our representing the y-axis, and it is representing the x here, x-axis. Getting? So student, we can say that length of that string here we are getting as our, suppose, x1, and here we are getting as our x2. From this fixed point only we will see, and from the datum we will choose the distances. Okay, and student, that datum always you will choose now from a fixed point. It should be fixed, it should not move. Okay, we'll talk more about this, it will become clear to you. It is first time, so it can be complicated, I think. So always you will remember, from a fixed point I will, that is the point which will not move, from that place I will choose a datum. So of course student, string is inextensible, and L is that, suppose, total length of string, so it is not going to be changed. String is inextensible, so L is that our total length. This is what L, total length of that string. So this L should be equals to what, student? x1 plus x2. So what can we do? We can differentiate it with respect to the time. So what will we get? dx1 upon dx2. No, I'm sorry. dx1 upon del t plus dx2 upon del t. Since the length of the string is constant, so it will become 0 here. So this will give us what? 0 is equals to what? v1 plus v2. So what will we get here? That v1 will be equals to what? Minus times of that v2. This, our velocities will be same, but in opposite direction. But in opposite direction. What can we do? Again differentiating. You can say, again differentiating with respect to x. What can you say? Del v1 upon del t will be equal to what? Minus times of that del v2 upon del t, which will give us what? Changing velocity upon changing time is what? Acceleration, student. So a1 will be equal to what? Minus times of that a2. So our acceleration will be same, a1 will be equals to a2, but in opposite direction. So you are looking, it is accelerating downward, so it is coming in positive x direction. Here we are getting minus sign. So what can we say? Student, suppose it is moving that downward. So whatever this one we are choosing in this side we are choosing as our positive. So it will become that negative of that. Okay. So the meaning from here and here, that from observation you can say that it should be in that side. No, because we are choosing this one is our positive. This should be what, student? This is x-axis. And this would be what, somewhere that minus axis you can say. It is that inclination present there. So that minus x-axis we are saying as our positive. So that minus sign is denoting that that should be that minus that positive should be minus. Meaning is that acceleration will come in this direction. Because this side we have chosen that positive, so negative of that will become this. Okay. So from here also you can get this observation. But for the time I will say choose the same way that it is going to travel the same distance it is going to travel here. So in that way it's better to understand. For your more thinking, for your mental exercise I have told this as well. You can write this. And student, one more problem was present there, which had the situation like it. A pulley was here. Suppose we are not considering this string. It is fixed here. Okay, a pulley is present here, and of course, student, these things we have seen in the previous case. That our M Now move for another problem, which is the situation like it. Okay. Two inclined surfaces are present here. A block first having the mass m1 is situated here. Pulley is fixed here. We can make a pulley fixed to it. Pulley is present here. It should be visible to you. Okay, and here we are getting the another block of mass m2. So such kind of a problem we are getting, and of course student, this is our some angle, we can say as our beta angle. Here is the alpha angle. Angles are different. Okay, they are not same right now. The inclination of this plane is that beta with the horizontal. The inclination of this plane is that alpha from the horizontal. Well, you are in that 11th class. I think if you are not aware about the alpha and beta, be aware about this. You guys will be aware about that of alpha particle, beta particle. We can denote the angles as well by alpha and beta. Okay, so such kind of situation we are getting, and in the problem what will be told to you, it will be given to you that mass of the blocks m1 and m2, and for the time you can say that our m2 is more than m1. They can say to you m1 is more than m2 or m2 more than m1. It will that if m2 will be more than m1, so it will that move in that downward direction. If m1 will be more, so m1 will move in that downward direction. So things will come like that. For the time we are saying that our m2 is more than the m1. And student, these are the given to us. You can say that for the pulley, we are not considering the mass of the pulley, and it is frictionless as well. So pulley is massless, frictionless, and fixed. And it is fixed. String is massless, string have no mass, and inextensible. It is not stretching, not elastic. So these things will be given to us, and problem will say to you to find the accelerations and tensions and tension acceleration of the blocks, you will say. So, what acceleration we are talking? Whether the acceleration of pulley or of what? So acceleration of blocks will be asked to you, and tension in pulley. Okay. So if you are getting such kind of a problem, how will we solve that? We'll look. Okay. Of course, student, I have told to you, if such kind of a situation we are getting, here is our pulley. It is our M1 present here. It is the M2 present here, and string is here, which is over to that pulley and connecting the mass M1 and M2. So what can we do, students? Suppose we are selecting this one is it is a fixed point here, pulley is not moving, so we can select the datum here. We are saying this one is our x-axis, this one is our y-axis. And from this fixed point, suppose we are saying this one is our x1 distance. Okay, this x1 we are selecting as our positive. It should be that negative, or that from right side we are selecting the x1, we can say. So please now imagine that what I want to say to you. Because that 11th class and 10th class has that so much variation. Distance, you can say, from that earth to sky is present between the 11th class and 10th class. That distance will become minimum when you will have studied your 9th and 10th class this conceptually. Okay? And suppose we are saying that L is representing the total length of the string. If you have not studied, then also it will become easy if you are following these things. So total length of the string is represented by the L, and of course the string is inextensible, so L will be equals to what is student? X1 plus X2. What will you do? You will differentiate it with respect to the time. So what will you get? dx1 upon del t plus dx2 upon del t here. So this L is constant, so this will become what? Equals to 0. So 0 will come out what? This dx1 will be velocity of block 1 plus velocity of block 2. Meaning is that our velocity v1 will be what? Minus of v2. So meaning is that, student, that this minus v2, since we are selecting this one is our positive, this should be negative. This should be negative. From that datum we can say, from the coordinate system we can say. So negative of this negative will become positive. So they will be in the same direction. Getting? You will think in this way. Again differentiating with respect to the time. What will you get? That del v1 upon del t will be equal to what? Del v2 upon del t. So our a1 will come out what? Minus times of a2. And of course, student, this we have represented that minus here. This minus distance we have represented by the minus distance we have assumed the positive. So that whatever that minus acceleration, that direction will be, that it is showing direction negative, meaning is that it will become positive. So I want to say to you, sir, that since we have represented this one is our, this minus side we have represented by the positive side, so that minus side, whatever minus side we will get, that will become positive. Okay, so this side is this side we are representing what? Positive. So minus side will represent this side. Getting or not? This side we are representing the positive. So minus side, minus, whether you are writing that a1 is equals to minus a2, or you are writing that a2 is equals to minus a1, both is same. Okay, so this side you are saying positive, so meaning is that negative of that will be this side. So of course, student, so this will come out, this, if it is moving with an acceleration a, that we are saying is that they are equal, so that is something equals to b, and it is equal, so they are something equals to a, we are saying. So if this is moving with a, so it should move with minus of a, meaning is that since this we have selected as our positive, so minus of this will be in this direction. Getting? If you are not getting, leave it. Okay? Don't worry about this. I will not suggest you, if you are not understanding this, no, please understand it, don't understand it. If you are not, those who are not getting, they are more happy in that life. Okay? I can say to you. And if you are getting, if you are have the observation of these things, so it's also so much happy. It is also happier than those, you can say, who is happy, whether who have understood it whether they are happy or who have not understood it, whether those are happy, no one can say. So if you are studying, then try to think about it, otherwise can leave. So we are getting the same direction. So you will get that our acceleration will be, if this one is more, so if this will accelerate in this direction, this will also accelerate in this direction. So those who are happy not understanding to this, they can understand in this way. Suppose if this is going to travel the x1 distance, student, so of course this one will travel the what? Same distance. Whatever distance it will travel, the same distance it will travel. Because it is the same string we are talking. Whatever distance it is going to travel this here, the same distance it will going to travel. You can perform the experiment based on it. Okay. So that x1 will be equals to x2. So differentiation of x1 will be x1 equals to x2. Meaning is that v1 will be equals to v2 and a1 will be equals to a2. In that way, you can also say why I am saying this one, so that you can imagine that whatever I am saying that is correct. Okay. So now both have become happy now. Those who have understood this or not understood it. So they can understood it that same distance it is going to travel, same distance it is going to travel, since we are talking about the same string. Next, now when I will give you the problem, I am not going to talk about this this thing. I will just say that same acceleration will come in that numerical when we will be solved. So right up to you. So student, we have come to know that if this is accelerating downward, so it is going to accelerate with the same acceleration in upward side. Is it? Whatever distance it is going to travel, the same distance it will travel. Differentiation of distance will give us velocities will be same, and differentiation of velocity will say that acceleration will be same and they will be in that same direction, since x1 will be equals to what? X2. So or in that other way I have also proved that. Of course, when we are saying that our pulley is frictionless and massless. Pulley is frictionless and massless. So, of course, for that frictionless and massless pulley, tension for that block M1 will come along this string and it will have that pulling effect. And for M2, the tension will come in this direction, it will have that pulling effect, and for that it will have pulling effect. So, this TT is acting here. Okay, and of course, student, if we are looking, our object of interest is going to become that pulley. So that for pulley, that tension will be in this direction, isn't? And for that tension will be in this direction. Getting? It will be same tension, but the direction will change when the object of interest will get changed. So you will look that our tension will come in that pair, and it will have that opposite direction for a string, you can say, because the changing of that object of interest. So for the object of interest mass M2, it will in this direction. For pulley, it will be in this direction. You will remember this. Next thing, what will we do, student? What will we do? We will draw the free body diagram. And suppose we are drawing the free body diagram of mass M1, which is accelerating in this direction with an acceleration of v. Of course, student, when I will be drawing that FBD of that mass M1, so that force due to the gravity is going to act in this direction, M1 G. Normal contact is present, contact with the surface is present, so normal reaction will be there, and that reaction will be, or normal will be, perpendicular to the direction of contact surface. For mass M1, we are saying this one is our N1 normal or N1 reaction. And what are the other forces which is acting here? Tension T is acting. This tension T is acting here. Okay. T. So We have seen that only this much of forces are acting here. So our next task will be, student, to resolve these forces perpendicular to the contact surface, and along the contact surface. Okay, we'll resolve this along the contact surface and perpendicular to the contact surface. And you guys are looking that this inclination is making alpha angle with the horizontal. No one will make this as our beta. We are talking about this surface, not this surface. So many of you will do this. You will make it is perpendicular to this contact surface. It is not going to represent the beta angle. So don't do the blunder here. It is this surface which is making alpha angle. So many of you will do different thing, and next thing what can you do? You can make the alpha this. No, this is making alpha angle with the horizontal, so that force due to the gravity is going to make the same angle alpha with the perpendicular of the contact surface. No one will make this alpha. Otherwise things will get changed. So this I have proved. You can look that whatever angle will be here, the same angle will be here. So student, we will resolve it along the contact surface and perpendicular to the contact surface. So when you will resolve, student, you will look it is a kind of the right angle triangle will be. You will not choose this triangle. No one will make alpha here. Where the alpha will be formed, I have told you that force due to the gravity is going in for an inclined plane. You will remember that for inclined plane, force due to the gravity is going to make the same angle with the perpendicular of the contact surface. The same angle which the surface, that contact surface is making with the horizontal. Okay, the same angle will be formed by the force due to the gravity with the perpendicular of the contact surface. Now, which angle the contact surface is making with the ground. Okay, you will not select that from the along the surface. This will be alpha angle. So I think the idea I have given to you, and I have told to you that what is the wrong thing student do. So you will not do that. So this is alpha, student. Okay, and of course we are not selecting this triangle, we are selecting this triangle. So this right angle triangle we will talk. It is that right angle triangle, it will be perpendicular, and this is our what, student? On this side two angles are going to be formed. So this will be our base. This is our base. So of course this one will be what? M1G cos alpha. M1G cos alpha. And this side, this one will be M1G cos alpha, and this side we will have that M2G sin alpha. Getting? M2G sin alpha. This side we will get. And of course, when are we talking about the mass M2? Mass M2 have the inclination like it is oscillating in this direction. So that a force due to the gravity is going to act M2G in the downward direction. Normal is going to act to the perpendicular of that contact surface, and that normal we will say that as our N2, suppose we are representing, and tension T is acting in this direction along the contact surface. Only this much forces are acting here. Our next task will be to resolve these forces along the contact surface and perpendicular to the contact surface. Along the contact surface and perpendicular to the contact surface. Is it? And this one is going to make beta angle. It is making beta angle with the horizontal, with the ground, So of course this M2G is going to make same beta angle with the perpendicular of the contact surface. So this one will become what? Beta. And when will we resolve it? So when will we resolve it? What will we get? So try to little here beta. Okay. So when will we resolve it? We will get this triangle, right angle triangle. Two angles are present on this. This will become what, student? Base. And this side we are going to get that M2G cos beta, and this side we are going to get what? M2G sin beta. Is it? Right up to here. So we have got the free body diagram, student. Of course, now we will write that ballast equation. We will apply the Newton's second law, and for this, when will we apply the Newton's second law? That in y direction, suppose this one you are saying as your y direction here, this one is our x direction you are representing. So that sum of the external forces in y direction should be equal to what, student? Mass times m1, and mass times the acceleration. Acceleration is that a only. External forces, ay, you can say ay. External forces in y direction is what, student? n1 and m1 g cos theta. Isn't this one is present here? This one is present here in that y direction, and we can say upside as our positive, so it will become what, student? n1 minus m1g cos alpha, isn't, will be equals to what? Ay, no acceleration is present in that y direction, 0. This term will become 0, and from where what will we get? Our n1 will be equals to what? n1 will be equals to m1g cos alpha, isn't? This will be n1 is equals to m1g cos alpha we will get. And in the same way, when we will resolve it for the x direction, so for the x direction, that f external in what x direction will become what? Mass times the acceleration in that x direction. Okay, what are the external forces which are acting in that x direction? We'll look. Okay, we'll look. This tension and m2g sin alpha is acting. So we can say this one is our positive. So this T minus m2g sin alpha should be equal to what? Mass times acceleration in the x direction. And of course, student, acceleration in that x direction is our a only. So mass times of the a. Getting? So when will we resolve in that x direction? We will get this. these things we are getting for the block 1, is it? What are the equations we are getting here? We are getting our T minus M2G sin alpha should be equals to what? M1 times A. Is it? And this should be our normal. This should be our normal. It is that block first we are talking. And when will we resolve the same things here? Of course, that when will we resolve that for x, this we can select that coordinates like it is our y, it is our x, you can say it is our y, it is our x axis. So sum of the vector sum of the external forces in y direction should be what, student? Mass times of that M2 we are talking now. There is that block 2, you can say block 2. Mass times acceleration in y direction. Is there any acceleration is present in that y direction? No. So of course this external forces is acting in that x direction is only M2G cos beta, and N2 upside we can say as our positive. So N2 minus M2G cos beta will be what? No acceleration is present in y direction, it will become 0. You can write, since Ky acceleration in y direction is 0. So student, if that acceleration in y direction is 0, so that our normal reaction, that reaction will be equals to what? Reaction will be what? Weight of that object. Reaction will be what? Weight of that object. The lift case we can talk. Lift. When that lift is that at rest or moving upward or downward with constant velocity, so the reaction was equal to what? Reaction was equal to weight of that body. And here you are looking at that lift was not until it is not accelerating, that normal, that reaction is going to be same as that of that weight of that object. So from here we are getting that our N2 will be what? M2G cos beta. Isn't it? No acceleration is present there, so reaction will be equals to what? Weight of that object. In this direction it is that cos beta. Okay? And can write up to here, or I am removing this. I think you guys have got this idea. In the same way, I am breaking here and starting here, that our vector sum of that external forces, in x direction should be what, student? Mass times the acceleration in x direction. It is our y direction, it is our x direction, it is accelerating with that A, you can say. So F external which are acting in that x direction are this only, T and M2G sin beta. Isn't? This one is active. So you are saying this one is our positive. Anyone you can select as your positive. It's up to you. So M2G sin beta, M2G sin beta minus of T, minus this will become minus T, should be what, student? Mass times the acceleration in x direction, A. Okay? right up to here. So we were getting this situation for block M1. If we will talk that normal N1 will be equals to, since no acceleration is present, so a normal reaction will be what? Weight of that object in that direction, and that weight of that object M2 in M1, it is M1 in that N1 direction is what, student? M1G cos alpha only, is it? And in the same way, when we will be looking that x direction acceleration is present, that M1 sin alpha will come in the downward direction, tension is acting in upside. So you can write that T minus M1G sin alpha, that F external should be equals to what? Mass times of that acceleration. Is it? And in the same way, if we are talking about the mass M2, so our M2 will come out what, student? That weight in that direction, M2 will be what? M2 G cos beta, and in that x direction when will we talk? Of course, T is upside, M2 G sin beta is in the downward direction. Any side you can say positive. This was our positive, so we can write M2G sin beta minus of T external or F external is acting this one, and that should be equals to what? Mass times of the acceleration. So these were only expression we were getting, since no acceleration is present in that y direction, so there will be no use of these two equations, they will get balanced. Suppose this one is our equation number 1, this one is our equation number 2. What can we do? We can add 1 and 2, so that you can add T minus of this M1G sin alpha left side plus M2G sin beta minus of T should be equals to right side also you will add, so M1A plus of M2A. Getting this positive T will get cancelled out with this negative T, and here what you will get? M2G sin beta minus of M1G sin alpha, and from here if you are taking A as your common, so M1 plus M2, and from here that acceleration you guys will get what? M2G sin beta minus of, so right from the left side, change the color. A will be equals to what, student? M2G sin beta minus of M1G sin alpha m1g sin alpha divided by m1 plus m2. Times g will also come now. Here g will take as a common, so g I have here. So you can say g as your common as well, or you can say a is your m2 sin beta minus of m1 sin alpha times g upon m1 plus m2. Getting? We will use this, that's why I have written in this. Right up here. So we are getting acceleration this. How can you write the acceleration by your sense? Just I am going to give you the idea. I will talk about that. It's the first time. If you are not understanding that, so that when you will move on, you will get understand. Whatever that now, F net times A F net, or our acceleration, that whatever that acceleration I am writing for this situation, that should be what is student? F net divided by what? Total mass. F net upon total mass. We can say mass total. F net will be only what is student? That adding, now that force which is adding to the acceleration minus of the force which is that which is that decreasing the acceleration. Force which is adding to the acceleration and force which are subtracting, which is subtracting the acceleration. Or you can say that force which is supporting the acceleration, or and that we will add, and that force which is making obstacle to that acceleration, that we will subtract. So that force which is that adding to the acceleration is what is student? m2g what? Sin beta only. Here it is that supporting it, and m1g sin alpha is that decreasing the acceleration, so that minus of m1g sin alpha, minus of m1g sin alpha, isn't, divided by total mass. Total mass is what? m1 plus m2. So this acceleration you will get. Then you are getting the same acceleration. G you can take as your common as well. So it is the first time I am telling you how to write directly. You will become habitual about it. Force which is that adding to the acceleration minus the force which is subtracting the acceleration, that will be F net, which is going to act on that system. So it is the acceleration we are getting. So putting value of A in equation 1, what will you get, student? This T will be what, student? m1g sin alpha. I'm bringing to the right side, plus what? m1a, and this will become what? m1g sin alpha plus of m1 times a. A is what, student? This m2g sin beta, minus of m1g sin alpha here, this is what m1 g sin alpha here plus this m2 times not m2 times m1 times acceleration is what m2 g sin beta minus of m1 g sin alpha is divided by what m1 plus m2. How we'll solve it? We'll multiply with this. So when this will get multiplied with it, this one will come out m1 square g sin alpha plus m1 m2 sin alpha plus this m1 when you will multiply with this will come out m1 m2 sin beta times g, and when you will multiply this with this, here that g will also come, okay, and when you will multiply with this, it will come out what minus m1 square g sin alpha divided by what m1 plus m2. I'm going to rub upside. So this minus plus m1 square g sin alpha minus m square g sin alpha will get cancel out, and here you guys will get, our tension will be what m1 m2 sin alpha times g plus of this m1 m2 sin beta times g divided by what m1 plus m2. Okay, and I'm going to rub downside. You can write the equation of tension as in this way. m1 m2 you can take as common. This will come out sin alpha plus this sin beta times this g also you can take as your common divided by m1 plus m. And of course the acceleration we were getting, that was our adding to the acceleration was m2 g sin beta and m1 g sin alpha was that subtracting the acceleration, so m1 g will be sin alpha divided by m1 plus m2. Okay, m1 g sin alpha was acting in the opposite direction of acceleration, so it was subtracting the acceleration. So this expression we will get, and this times g I have written. You can take out g as common. So we are getting this expression. So student, we can say when alpha is equals to beta, the angles are same. Alpha is equals to beta, and that is something equals to what we can say as our theta. So what is the value of acceleration we are going to get? We are going to get what m2g sin theta here minus of m1 g same sin theta is going to at the place of alpha and beta we can write theta times what divided by what m1 plus m2. So this acceleration will become what is with m2 minus m1 times g sin theta divided by m1 plus m2. Okay, and then we will put at the place of alpha and beta we will put what? Same angle, so it will become what? M1, M2. This will become what? Sin theta plus sin theta and we will write this tension for the same angle. So this will give us what? M1, M2, this sin theta plus sin theta G divided by what? M1 plus M2. The meaning is that tension will come out what? This sin theta plus sin theta will become twice of M1 M2 G sin theta divided by M1 plus M2. When theta is equals to, when alpha is equals to beta, inclination are coming, that alpha and beta they are at the same inclination, the expression of acceleration and tension will become this. Okay, then write. So of course for this problem will get changed in this way, is it? This problem will have that same inclination if theta is here and M1 is present here on this fixed pulley and that M2 is present here. So we will get acceleration and tension this. Okay? We will get what? Our acceleration will become M2 minus M1 G sin theta divided by M1 plus M2, and tension you guys will get what? Twice of M1 M2 G sin theta divided by M1 plus M1. Okay? So you can perform this task in the same way, making angle theta. You can make the free body diagram, can write the equation and can find the acceleration and tension. You will get the same expression. Okay? You are going to get the same thing here which I have written. That you can say by other way, by choosing the inclination different, and this you can select from that different acceleration, that when they will become same at the same inclination, the expression should be this. And whether is it correct or not, you can perform that task by your own self, and that is your homework. Okay? Enough for today. Thank you all.